Let us now discuss how to check for parenthesis balancing in a string using a counter. So let's say we have a string value like this. So this is perfectly valid. That is, the parentheses are balanced because for this is the matching one, and for this is the matching one. But if you have a value like this, okay, here it is not matching because this and this will match, but for these two opening parentheses, there are no matching closed parentheses. So here the program must print no. For this, it must print yes. Suppose we are having a value like this. So here for this is matching, for this is matching, but for this one, there is no match. So still it must print no. So now we have understood that the balancing imbalance, that is the parenthesis not matching, can be either caused when opening parentheses are large in numbers or closed parentheses are large in numbers. So we will make use of a counter to figure out whether the parentheses are balanced or not. So what we will do is we will add +1 for opening parenthesis and -1 for closed parenthesis. So let us consider one example. Here we have A, B, and here we have one more parenthesis. So initially we will have a variable called counter and it will be 0 to begin with. So here open parenthesis, so it will become 1. So here also open parenthesis, it will become 2. A. Any character which is other than open or closed parenthesis, just don't do anything, leave it. So here closed parenthesis, so subtract 1, it will become 1. Then here open parenthesis, it will again become 2. Then here B, don't do anything. And then here B, closed parenthesis, reduce 1. And then here again one closed parenthesis, so 0. So we have iterated over all the characters in the string. Finally, the counter is 0, which means the +1 and -1 cancel each other, which means the number of opening parentheses and the closed parentheses are matching. So you will print yes as the output. So let us consider one more example. So here we have A, B like this. Okay. And we are going to have A, C like this. So now initially the counter value is 0 to begin with. Okay. So opening parenthesis, so 1, A, don't do anything, closing, it becomes 0. Then for B, opening 1, B, don't do anything. Then it is a closing parenthesis, so it is 0. Then again one closing parenthesis, so it becomes -1. The moment -1 is coming, we know that the closing parenthesis didn't have any matching opening parenthesis. Okay. Because opening parenthesis must always come first. So it didn't come. So now the parentheses are not balanced. So print no and exit. So whenever a negative value is coming, you need not check further because already we know the imbalance is there. Okay. So you can print no and exit. So here in this particular example, the imbalance is caused by the closing parenthesis being large in numbers. So here the imbalance was caused by the closing parenthesis being a large number. So you didn't go through the remaining characters, you just had an exit in the intermediate position itself. But now what if the imbalance is caused by opening parenthesis? So you have B here, C here. Okay. So now what will happen is we will have a counter value. So it will be 0 initially. So this one, it will become 1. A, don't do anything. For this, it will become 2. For B, don't do anything. For closing, it will become 1. Then for this opening, it will become 2. Then for this C, don't do anything. For this, you subtract 1. So for the opening parenthesis being large in number, we can check at the end only. That is in the end only. So in the end, if the counter is not 0, then obviously it will be a positive value. Because if it had been negative value, in between itself we would have had an exit. Okay. So now it is a positive value. So finally at the end of traversing the string, you check if counter equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then print yes because the string is balanced. If it is not 0, then obviously it will be a positive number, then print no. Because in this case the imbalance is caused because the number of opening parentheses is more. Okay. When the number of closing parentheses is more and the imbalance is there, you will get a negative value and you can print no immediately because anyway the opening parenthesis should come first. But in case of opening parenthesis in the mismatch being large in numbers, then you can find it in the end only. So now, based on our discussion, let us solve this in C. So we'll have a char array and we'll accept the input value. So we'll initialize the counter equal to 0. So we have to check if the character str index equal to opening parenthesis, then you have to say counter plus plus, right? Else if str index equal to the closing parenthesis, okay, then you have to say counter minus minus. So for this we have to iterate over all the characters in the string. So str, so int index equal to 0, str index, so as long as the null character is coming, index plus plus. So you are going to do it in this loop. Fine. So now if any other character is coming, just continue. Else you can just continue. Suppose any characters like A, B, C or a digit is coming, you can continue. So here you will be checking. If counter less than 0, then it means it is a negative value. If it is a negative value, then the closing parenthesis is large in numbers and it is not going to match. So printf no as the output. So after that you can exit the program by saying return 0. Then you are coming out of the loop and then you are checking whether the counter value is 0. Okay. So counter equal to 0 means yes, because everything is matching. Right. So now let us execute the program. So this is a perfectly valid one. So it is printing yes. Let us give one more example where the number of opening parentheses is more. So it is printing no. So again let us execute the program by giving more closing parentheses. So it is printing no. So thanks for watching. Based on our discussion, please try out this program.